Let's pull up our chat and say hello to everybody today. Today's going to be a fun day, guys. We're going to do something very, very simple but insanely necessary, and I've learned that this is the most necessary thing, I think, for your game, which is brainstorming and concepting and doing concept art. And yes, sometimes we do use AI art, but in this case, we're going to use good old-fashioned 3D art developed by our 3D artist Felipe, and I'm going to draw over top of it, and I'll show you exactly what we're going to do in just a second. By the way, I wanted to say a huge thank you to the new students who have joined YouTube Game Dev below. By the way, here we go. Nicholas Smith, Christopher Steiner, Joshua Barber, Alexander, Iron Rock, R2 Shoots, I think is how you say that. Welcome to YouTube Game Dev. And you'll notice these names are the same from yesterday. We had, I think, 8 or 9 more people who joined, and I'm going to update those tomorrow. I just got off the road, jumped into the office, and haven't updated these yet. But those will be there tomorrow. But thank you so much for joining YouTube Game Dev. It really means a lot to me, guys. The cool thing about YouTube Game Dev is, well, it's... Let me see, I'm pulling it up here. Sorry, one sec. The cool thing about YouTube Game Dev is you're going to learn everything that I've learned in, well, it's been, I think, 6-7 years since I've been making a YouTube channel. I've built a YouTube channel. So the cool thing about my course here is you're going to learn everything I've learned in the last 7 years of doing YouTube and how to, well, make a profitable YouTube Game Dev channel. It's a massive course, and you're also going to learn from some other YouTubers, including Jonas Tyroller, who else? Let's see here, 2-Star Games, Blackthorn Prod, and also Andreas at Brackeys. So it's an incredible course, guys. Check out the link below. 40% off. There are 200 seats left and 12 days left. Yes, this is for real. For those of you who are thinking, this is a fake timer. This is not a fake timer. This is gonna close up this is gonna close up YouTube Game Dev. Anyway, I will see you guys on the other side. By the way, guys, feel free to download my free 2D game kit below. It's totally free. It's my treat to you. I used this exact 2D game kit to make a game for PewDiePie in 14 days, and then I got to play it in front of his subscribers, which was really awesome. So download that. Use it however you want. It's my treat to you. Yeah. Okay. All right, here's what we've got. I'm going to open up my chat with Felipe here. And I'm going to let him know, hey, I'm live right now if you want to join the chat. But we're going to be illustrating over the castle. All right. Okay, so I'm going to take some of his feedback here. One of the things that Felipe and I are trying to do here with this game is we're trying to bring in a little bit more of a fantasy vibe, right? A little bit more of an interesting, I would say, Alice in Wonderland vibe into this game. And so what we've got here is very simple block out of a, man, Photoshop changed. Hang on. I don't like that. Hang on. How do I move that? What the heck? It's been interesting. Lately, my goodness gracious. Oh, I see. You know, I've been using Photoshop for 15 years, and I still get confused by their little drop-down systems. All right, so let's see here. Okay, cool. Checking in the chat. How is Beetle, Skittle, Red Panda Dev? Welcome. Big Black Jamal. Welcome. I am Lord Starbuilder. Welcome. Madness Returns. Or Alice in Wonderland. Yes, I've been playing Madness Returns, and I've been super duper inspired. Now the problem here is, guys, we have this Art Deco vibe. As we enter this tower, it's very Art Deco. And so we're trying to merge the two, and it's called Art Nouveau. Okay, so if we Google search Art Nouveau, Art Nouveau is an aesthetic from, I would say, I think it's it's not 1920, yeah, 1910 here. So let's type in Art Nouveau architecture and see if we can find some architecture that feels kind of like Art Deco mixed with fantasy, right? It's kind of the blend between modern at the time, 1920s Art Deco, blended in with fantasy. Okay, so we're going to try and bring this look into this castle. Okay, try and bring this look into this castle. I wonder if we could type in castle and see what we find, you know. Okay, so we're getting some interesting flourishes here. I think we could probably pull this off in this illustration. All right. Okay, so here we are. Let's begin by making the shape correct, okay? So first thing I'm going to do, and this is so important when you're working on your game. Don't jump right in and make some model or make some illustration, okay? Instead, and I've done that so many times. It's something I used to struggle with, which is I just wanted to get stuff done, so I would always jump in and I would rush to get it done. Instead, what we're going to do here is we're not going to rush. We're going to create a concept so that our 3D artist knows exactly what he needs to aim for. I don't typically have this much of a, well, sometimes I'm pretty controlling when it comes to art direction, but in the case of this tower, I'm particularly controlling because it's the first thing you see in the game. The very first thing you see is where you're going to climb. And so we want to make sure that it's perfect. But we also don't want it to look too different from the rest of the game. And I think Felipe's brought up a really good point. The rest of the game has an Art Deco vibe, so you want to make sure that you make this castle feel a little bit more Art Deco mixed with fantasy, and that is Art Nouveau. Okay? Okay. No, we're not going to use AI art in this case because I have a very precise visual in mind. Yep. What does eponymous mean? Red Panda Dev says it's the eponymous building. What does that mean? So I'm going to paste this castle here so we can work with it. And then the sky, what we're going to do is just fill it in. Okay, so I'm going to actually select here. And then just fill in the sky with the fill tool, see if it works. Oh, very good, very close. Do it again. And then maybe do one here, get these edges. Not bad. And I'm just using a mouse here, guys. And I think you'll be surprised by the end of this live stream how much we can do with just a simple screenshot. I would argue that this is probably the most important aspect of making games, which is having the right impetus for all of your art as you're creating the game. You need that spark, you need that idea that captures people's attention. And so in this case, this tower is particularly important, okay? So the first thing I mentioned to Felipe is I want to make sure that this right here is not too big and too distinct. And the reason why is because there's not really a level where you do this. We finished out the levels. There's no level that you cross a bridge to go to a thin tower. So instead what I want to do is copy this and actually bring it closer to the tower. Like that. Maybe even shrink it down. And then blend it in with the sky. All right, same is true over here. That bridge, because I told Felipe, I said, if I see that bridge as a gamer, what are you going to think? Who knows? If you see that bridge as a gamer, what do you think you're going to think? Big Black Jamal says, I mean, eponymous is something that gives the name to something else. I don't know what that means, actually. Yeah, go on the bridge. That's right. So Fox8 says, I just want to go on the bridge. That's right. We don't want that because, frankly, as sad as it is, we can't really offer that to the player. We don't have that to offer. So why would you, dangle a delicious treat in front of the player and never let them get the treat. That's kind of a game design 101 rule that you're breaking. And so you don't want to do that. Okay. That feels pretty good right there. Transform, flip horizontal. Good. And we'll just fade this one out. All right. Okay, so far so good. I think that it needs to be a little bit thicker. So what I'm going to do is merge these layers together, and I'm actually going to thicken this right here. It's just a little too thin because there's huge, huge levels at the top of the tower, and I really don't want the player to think that they can get to the top, that the top of the tower is this sort of thin spiral. It's not. It's a big open space. By the way, guys, just letting you know, those of you just joining us, you can check out the new course, YouTube Game Dev Below. I mean, it's kind of new. I made it last year. YouTube Game Dev Below, it's going to teach you how to make a profitable YouTube channel. I'll be honest with you guys, YouTube is such a blessing. It is a huge blessing, especially for game developers in turbulent times like these. The game industry is kind of confusing right now. And so in the course, I teach how to make a YouTube channel profitable. I teach all about it. I have a lot of different income sources, and one of them is YouTube. And in fact, YouTube's potentially, I mean, it's a very big linchpin of all of my income sources. And so YouTube is a very, very important aspect of my business model. And so I figured, hey, I'll just go ahead and create a course and teach you guys how to do it. So check that out below if you're interested. Okay, so we've got these cool, like, I think what I want to do is actually take this and make it sort of jut out like this, and then like that, and then like that. That might be a little too big. There we go. And we're just using, again, a mouse here, okay? Nothing crazy. With silhouettes, you can always have you can make it so much more effective by just cutting little holes in it like that, see? One sec. Dude. Little hole. Maybe put a little window here. And there are aspects of the level design that include like balconies and stuff. So we can show balconies. That's totally fine. Let's add a little tall spires here. So I'm going to create a new layer. Fill that in with a gradient. And then this is what's going to make it look Disney. That right there, my friends. Let me give you an example of eponymous since you didn't understand. This is from Big Black Jamal. Yeah, let me know. I'm curious. Oh my goodness, guys. That right there, that is why it's so important to concept, because I think these are really important. They're huge aspects of why this is going to feel more Disney. But remember, we want to make this look a little bit more Art Deco as well, okay? And that is going to be a challenge. The question is, how do you make a castle look Art Deco, right? It's almost if you stumbled across a castle in Legend of Zelda, and then you bought it for $1 million. I'm talking about if it's real life. And then you remodeled it to be Art Deco, right? That's the question. How do you do that? Well, I think the spheres of the tower are potentially a problem. So instead of spheres, what if we said, no, it's going to be squares? So we said this is a square instead of a... So that may be a big solution, because squares are a big part of Art Deco. Yeah, already. Gonna have to sort of fake it here, you know, but cool. Deco. I like it. Yeah? Hey, Jeb, it's all right, buddy. You don't have to bark. They're just coming on over. Yeah, they're just a nice neighbor. You don't need to worry about them. So yeah, I think using squares might be a good idea. I think Felipe was onto something here. Yeah, he mentioned that, if for those of you who are just joining us, Felipe is our 3D artist. He mentioned that, yes, it's cool to do a fantasy, castle, but the problem is that it doesn't match the interior, which is Art Deco. So we need to combine the two. All right. Let's see here. Where's the eponymous? Let's talk about eponymous. Harry Potter is the eponymous hero of the eponymous books. I don't know what you mean by eponymous. I'm not smart enough for this. All right, let's see here. What else can we make look rectangular? Okay. Definitely this here. And then that. I think that might solve a big problem. The spheres are what make it feel so medieval, and I think we could probably create more of an Art Deco feeling just by doing this. I'm curious, guys, what you guys think. This is a challenging, I'll admit, it's a challenging concept to create, because we're in a position where it's just, frankly, you make a game and then you arrive at the finish line and you go, oh crap, I think I want to do X. And in this case, it's, oh crap, I think I want to make this feel more like a fairy tale. Even though most of the game is this Art Deco tower. And so we're in the set dressing phase, and we've realized we need to dress this thing more like a fairy tale. And so it's a theme park, So that is the challenge that we're currently in. And so the idea is, well, surely there's a way to make this feel more Art Deco. So I'm going to take this here. Yeah, we're close. We're going to figure it out, I promise. Just adding in some shade and shadows there. A little bit more square. Yeah? A little bit more square there. That is going to be... Sometimes you have to just draw, and then it'll sort of manifest slowly. Yeah, that looks kind of like a cool Art Deco roof. So let's add in some shade there. Yeah, it's coming together. Six Flags, Thomas Brush Kingdom. Looks like the castles from the Fable series. Oh, let's give it a go. Let's take a look. Castles from the Fable series, huh? Okay, let's take a look. Fable game castles. They're more square. Yeah, I see that. Let's see if we can find one here. I'm looking at the Fable castles right now. I'm trying to find something that's like, yeah, that could pass as Art Deco. Art Deco is definitely a very distinct look, and so you you wonder, you go, can I pull this off? Can I pull off a Art Deco castle? And I think we can. That's sick right there. I love that. Yeah, we can do it. I think we can pull it off. Alrighty. Let's take a look here and see if we can make it more square. That right there, we're going to just bring this down to right here and then cut, and we'll do a darkness here. Notice how, guys, I'm using shading just to sort of tell me what I'm looking at. Because I'll be honest with you, I don't even know what a lot of these shapes are. It's just a very simple block out. And so when it comes to illustration, especially 2D art, sometimes you just have to start drawing, and it'll slowly start to manifest what exactly you're looking at. And I don't think that's something to be ashamed of at all. Yeah. Cool. Okay, good. The roundedness of these caps, I think I might actually make them more, let's see here, more square. So something like that. Yeah. And then do something like this. Yeah, I think that's going to look more, I think more in line with the era. Yep, this is for Twisted Tower. That's right. And we're going to capture the Twisted vibe on the motifs and decorations. Not necessarily having the tower itself rotate, because that was a cool idea. The problem was it overpromised something. All right. And that is, the tower is going to constantly change, and it's like, can't really promise that right now. It's really hard to do that in a video game. It really is. Okay. So let's try and make some of these look a little bit more angular. Good. Let's make this one look a little bit more angular. There's not much we have to do here. You just have to fill this in over here with some blue. And then fill that in with some darkness here. And then it'll very quickly look more square. See? How many employees do I have total? Well, they're all, some of them are full-time, some of them are part-time, and they're all contractors. So we don't really do employees, we just do contract work. But full-time means they just put in a lot more time than a part-timer. They're dedicated to the project. Felipe is working the hardest on it in terms of full-time work. And then, yeah, so he's full-time, and then Gordon is part-time. I don't know if Gordon's in the chat, but he is the developer. I'm going to fix this. It's not straight enough. Okay, good. Okay, so it looks pretty angular now. I think that we could probably make this more angular. Sometimes it's just so important, even if it doesn't look perfect, for you to see it. And like, we're not going to use this illustration at all, but it's so helpful to just see it and go, oh, that's what we're doing. Because sometimes it's really hard to explain what's in your head. All right. Castle Duloc. We can look that up. Castle Duloc, huh? Oh, that's cool. Yeah, it definitely has an Art Deco vibe. Is that it? Universal Studios? Yeah, I think we could get this to work. Oh, is this, oh, it's from Shrek, I see. Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of the vibe. That's an interesting vibe. Let's make this angle correct. Let's make this angle correct. Almost there, guys. The perspective is all off. But at least we can see what we're after, you know? Cool. Yeah, there's a lot of potential here, guys. A lot of potential. Notice how I use the selection tool and the gradient tool compulsively. Cool. That feels a lot more like it fits into our world, actually. Yeah, I think that definitely... I think Felipe's correct about this. Yeah, he, like I said earlier, guys, he was worried that if it looks too fantasy, it won't match the Art Deco interior. So we got to sort of mix the two, right? Sick. That looks really good, actually. This over here, we can just do a quick paint to add some shading, like that. And let's see what happens if we add a little spiral effect, okay? So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna take this, actually, yeah, we're gonna take this right here. We're gonna copy this, excuse me, and paste it so that it comes out like this, okay? Now, why are we doing this? So that we have a little lip there, right here, okay? So we have a lip here, we're gonna have a lip here, and we're gonna create a spiral out of these lips, okay? So let's go ahead and fade that out though, like that. Actually, that seems fine. I don't think we need to do anything. We could probably just fill this in with like, I don't know, some trees or something. There we go. Okay. And then just fade out the bottom and then merge all these together. Okay, so why are we doing this? Well, we're going to create a spiral effect that goes up. Because if we're going to call this Twisted Tower, we want it to feel like at least it has that motif. There is so much I've learned about what you promise when it comes to your game. It's really a marketing discussion. If you call your game Twisted Tower, it needs to look twisted, it needs to be twisted metaphorically, and have like a sort of a maze-like structure on the interior. Okay. All right. That's cool looking. Let's save it. Got to be careful here. Twisted Tower Art Deco concept. Good. And by the way, it's not that we don't ever use AI art. So you're going to keep any elements of the tower turning on the outside. Yeah, we're getting rid of that, but it doesn't mean that the tower doesn't have some halls that... Some halls and some rooms will shift and rotate. But the idea of the entire tower shifting and rotating, that's a sweet idea. But we just were not able to pull it off. We just couldn't pull it off. And so we said, you know what? We're not going to overpromise anything here. We're just going to make a really good narrative shooter and go from there. Does that make sense? All right, good, good, good. So we have this, let's add a little bit of a shadow there. I don't know why, but I feel like it could use a shadow. Yeah. Save that out. Now, what we talked about, spiral, okay, the spiral effect. So the spiral effect, I'm going to draw it first. So it's going to be something like this. This is layer 1. We're just going to draw it out so that we have the generic spiral shape. And then we'll cut where it needs to be cut so it's not in front of those castles. So we'll do white here, and white here. Fade that out there. Set it to overlay, and then we cut out where the this little spire is here. Like that. And then we can just drop it down. So it definitely has a twisty vibe to it. That's kind of cool. Maybe even do one down here as well. It's going to be, I know, very difficult for Felipe to capture this in 3D because it's so much easier to just say, do it the way it looks in 2D, but it's a totally different process, modeling this. And that's why he's so talented, because he can take what I've sort of concepted 2D and figure out how to make it look right in 3D. Yep, so we have a little twist here. Maybe even go down here. Yeah. Does that make sense, guys, why we did that? Okay, so let's merge all these together, and then I'm going to add little cuts on this side to make it feel more like it's twisted. So that, fill those in. Yeah. We can even fill in just a little bit brighter below or behind, just so we can get an idea of what it's supposed to look like this. There we go. Awesome. Very good. Okay, so Loman Gang asked a really good question, and this is going to be helpful for a lot of you who are thinking about making a 3D game. Why is it difficult to make the tower spinning? If you want large interiors that are spinning, and you want it to be dimly lit and moody and creepy and have real-time flickering lights and shadows, it's difficult because in 3D you have to bake a lot of stuff. Okay, and so whether it's lighting, occlusion culling, which occlusion culling is basically if my hand is here and my mouse is here, in a game engine, the mouse is actually gone because this is in front of the mouse, so it disappears. But the moment the hand moves, the mouse pops back into existence. You can't do that with constantly rotating stuff. Everything's moving and shifting and changing. So it's very, very difficult to do that. And then also, don't forget, there's also baked nav meshes. So there's a whole conversation about baked nav meshes. Looks like the light is coming from the left side. So we're gonna add some points or some sharp highlights on the left side here. Okay, and then after we do that, we'll throw in some Art Deco flourishes so that Felipe has something to work with here to make it feel more Art Deco. One of the reasons I love using the polygon tool, not only is it something I've been using since I was like 16, I love the stylistic look of the sharp lines. It's really, really unique. I've always liked doing it. Look at that highlight. Ooh, man, that looks good. I love it when it pops out like that. All right, so highlight here, highlight here, highlight here and here. Maybe even run right here as well. Watch what happens. This is gonna be nuts. A little highlight here. You could call this a rim light as well. Here we go. Boop. Pretty cool. I think you can fade out some of them that are a little too vibrant. Okay. All right, so let's see. Is Felipe need? No, he doesn't need anything yet. Okay. Let's see here. You could easily rotate the exterior through windows, or even the interior could have a mimic effect. Yeah, but that just means the entire floor is rotating. And I guess that's fine. But the problem is that when you have, what we originally had was we had all these floors shifting and rotating. That was such an extreme visual that it makes players think that it's kind of like a roguelike, or it's procedurally generated, or everything's constantly changing. And so we felt like it wasn't necessary to communicate that. As cool as it looked, it's still, even if we just rotated the exterior skybox, which is what we originally did, it didn't solve the problem. You wanted more, and we don't have more to offer. Does that make sense? Guys, don't be afraid to make your highlights a color, okay? don't just always use white overlays. I used to do that. Throw in a little bit of a highlight that's a color. Look at that. Watch what happens when you do that. It's amazing. You just throw in a highlight that is a complementary color of the surface that it's on. So in this case, we're currently on blue. When you throw on, that kind of looks like a church or something right there. This highlight here, watch what happens. Let's do a new layer here and just pop. Very subtle pop. Maybe fade that out a little bit here, fade that out, fade that. With this here. That one down there, this one right here, that needs to be faded at the top. Okay, let's throw on some Art Deco flourishes. You guys want to see that? All right, let's save it. That's a little extreme. I'm looking at a smaller screen on my right. Sometimes it's really helpful to see a smaller visual of what you're drawing, and you start to see mistakes. It's funny, when things are smaller, you see mistakes easier. Isn't that weird? It's not the opposite. It's not when they're bigger, it's when they're smaller, you start to see mistakes. Oh, wow, that looks great. Okay. You could add some Orioles here and there. They will give the castle some volume. Turning Torso in Sweden. You guys want to take a look at Turning Torso in Sweden? This is from Eric London. Turning Torso, Sweden. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, it's like that. All right, so we've got this cool castle here. Now, let's think, what can we do to create an Art Deco flair? The windows, okay? So let's type in Art Deco and just see what we get in the noun project. The windows themselves can have a very simplistic Art Deco shape. Sorry, I can't see this. I don't feel all right on the inside. Insert. All right, let's think here. How can we make this a window? That right there, I think is all I needed. Okay, so I'm gonna rasterize that, copy it, and delete it. It's these little things. Look, that tiny little flare here is potentially all we really needed to make this feel more Art Deco. So let's try it out. Art Deco is gonna have rounded windows. Okay, so we're gonna have 100 for our window here, and then fill it in with this yellow color. Rasterize. Okay, cut it out, and then we're going to put that on top and create some kind of a cool window shape here. We need to go pretty strong. This might be what we need to do, but we could be wrong. Could be wrong here. And then let's throw in a mask here. Son of a... What? Can't win them all. Nope. Okay, what about a diamond shape? Ooh, that helps a lot. What do you think, guys? Is that Art Deco? Hey, to solve the problem here, we could do that. Yeah, we could try it. Just more angular shapes. Transform, flip, horizontal, scale, rotate. Helps to see it small. These kind of windows are so important. They just make it so ominous. And when in doubt, when you have a weird perspective, just fade out the bottom. There you go. There. Yeah, isn't that cool? Really like that. You got to be very careful with windows. They can look really dumb really fast. I don't know why. I've always noticed that. Things can always look really, really weird. Okay, let's think about this. What else can we do Art Deco? We can... And it also needs to match one of our characters here, which one of our artists, Bryn, just wrapped up. He did a really good job. So we want to make sure that we have all kinds of congruency here between all of our different flavors that we're using in the game. So let's put him there just so we know, right? Put him there. Gold. Gold. 100%. So if we throw in some gold, where could we put some gold? Well, let's just throw in some trim. Right there, maybe some gold trim here. Art Deco castle. Difficult concept? Maybe. I don't think it's too hard. I know we're not there yet, but we're trying to be. What I mean is, I think we're making progress. So let's do a little bit of a gold here. Can't teach an old dog new tricks. That's what I keep telling myself when I'm sort of stuck in my ways on how I like to illustrate. It's like, why are you using a mouse, Thomas? But I've just found it to be pretty wonderful, honestly. Okay, and we're going to fade some of these corner pieces out here just to make it feel like there's shading. See that? You sort of have to feel it out. Helps to see the other side too. Or look, I'm looking at the right screen over here and I see a smaller version, like a little thumbnail of this. And that helps. Yeah, we're getting there for sure. You could even probably get away with sort of a gold spiraling trim like this. It's like I'm running from an avalanche. It's like I'm running from an avalanche. Yay, we're getting there. Let's see what we got here. Any other people? Do I have any discussions on Discord? I'm just checking Discord because I want to make sure that everyone's happy who's working right now today on the game. Okay, so that spiral honestly kind of makes it feel Persian. I'm going to get rid of those. All right. You think the window should be a shinier gold? Yeah, we can do that. Emerald City from Wizard of Oz. Oh, that's a great idea. Emerald City, Wizard of Oz. You've got it. You figured it out. Emerald City is exactly what we're looking for. I love that. Let's do it. Oh my word. That's exactly what we want. That one right there really works. And that's AI art. It looks like it, at least. But I'm pretty sure that's AI art. So it's like, what's the mix between Emerald City and Disney World? So let's talk about it. What makes Emerald City look Art Deco? Well, it's the tall insets. Okay, so I'm going to get rid of this. This is a very important location here. So this right here, I feel like we're wasting a lot of important space here to create an Art Deco vibe. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to kill those windows really quick, and we're going to create that. Watch this. Those tall Art Deco insets. That was so helpful. Who was that? Thank you for that. That was so helpful. Select invert. And you can do a little pulse of white right here. And then fade it out on this side and that side and that right there. And then set it to overlay. And then, actually pretty strong. And you can put it right here and then right here. I think I know what I'm doing here. Let's double check. Good idea. So we have these cool little, tiny little carvings into the stone. And those are iconic. Those actually look like, you want to know what it looks like? It looks like it's from Metropolis. And we actually reference that game in chapter 5. Or not game, that movie in chapter 5. So let's look at Metropolis really quick and see if that helps. It's looking more Art Deco. I think so. I think we should go ahead and tweak some of this so it's got more of a colored roof. No, we don't want to waste our time. Oh, right here. Yeah. We can do some right here. I don't know what you'd call these. They're like pill-shaped insets. And then you invert it and then just do white on the other side, like this. And then just pop it. Pop in a nice fade effect. We're going to rasterize that guy. Squash it down nice and thin. And we're going to have an Art Deco castle here in just a second. I kind of want to turn off snapping. Still snapping, isn't it? Oh, that helps a lot. And I'm not quite sure, what that would look like in 3D. It looks like a big sort of wrap around. It almost has like Rome. It's got vibes of Rome in it. Yeah. Stop it. Oh, that's clone. Okay. By the way, those of you just joining us, just remember you can get 40% off YouTube Game Dev Below. It is a pretty large course about how to start a YouTube channel and how, let's see here, and how you can try and, I can't promise anything, but I teach how you can try and replicate what I've done here, which is build a very large community on YouTube that's dedicated to game development and dedicated to your games development, how to make devlogs, how to make YouTube content that's profitable and can bring in, well, for me, can't make any promises, but bring in more than 6 figures of income that not only pays my salary, but also pays my team member salaries. That was especially before 3D Realms, before we signed with 3D Realms. Okay, that looks great, guys. What do you think? Does that help? That's really cool. That's definitely a helpful shape, and that's it's taken straight from that Wizard of Oz vibe. Yeah, Wizard of Oz has a lot of Art Deco vibes, doesn't it? Waiting to see Batman. Well, that's a good thing because, what is it? Gotham has Art Deco vibes. There's another one. Thank you so much. Let's take a look. Gotham. I'm going to tell Felipe. Gotham. Emerald City. One sec. Gonna send you a concept. Okay, Gotham City. Castle. What kind of castle do we got, guys? Do we have any Art Deco castles from Gotham City? Sometimes you just have to look at Gotham City. You know? Don't type in castle, just type in Gotham with an A. Yeah. Like this right here. 100%. 100%. That's exactly what we want. And I think we're there. This, guys, it looks pretty cool. Come on. Tell me you like it. I think it's great. You can even do this. Watch. I love this. Merge these layers together. Probably cut this out a little bit more here. I just love making games. I really, really do. It is a special job. I have so much fun. Save this out. Legit looks like the Tower of Babel. Good. You like it? Awesome. Oh, good. We're getting Rapture vibes. That's what we want. We want Rapture mixed with Disney World. What does that look like, right? Kind of feel like we need like a cool... Watch... Oh, yes! I figured it out. Watch this. Right here. Tall, thin antennas. Get some creepy Ralph McQuarrie vibes here. Get the right color though. Drop down the opacity. Bro. Amazing. What's Gen Z say? They say, is it slapping? Is this slapping? I think it is. I think it's slapping. Is that what they say? Is it a natural spire or is it constructed with materials? Yeah, this is all stonework and marble and stuff. I just have another one. Watch. A window circle. Flourish circle. Well, I think I've got it. Yeah. No. Okay. Art Deco. I'm gonna fill in a circle with an Art Deco circle. I'm so close. Don't forget it. It's slipping out of my brain. Yeah. I just love working with a talented team. Because Felipe, I wouldn't have thought this. I wouldn't have thought, hey, that we need to stay on point. We need to match the rest of the game. I was like, let's just do a Disney castle. And he was like, I don't know, Thomas. That might not work. Oh, you can't see the details. We got to find a different one. We need an Art Deco something. Is it slapping? No cap? What does no cap mean? What does no cap mean? Does anybody know? Ooh. What does no cap mean? Anybody know? No lies? Why is that? Why did they say that? No cap, no capitalization, no. Make the tower circle window. Yeah, that's definitely Art Deco right there, for sure. Let's see here. You dropped your bottle cap? What does it mean? I'm not offended by it. I just want to know. Maybe we could do a big one right here, actually. Let's transform, distort. Yeah, we could do like right there. Or maybe one right there. Yeah, that actually might be a really good spot. Man, this is going to be challenging for Felipe. I know that he's probably not going to be a fan of this. I mean, it looks great. I just know that it's going to be a lot of work. But it's pretty cool. It kind of feels like Big Ben in a way, you know? It's derived from the term cap, which means covering or covering up. Why? This is slapping. No cap. All right. How do I say cool in Gen Z? Does anybody know? Cool. How do I say that? Does anybody know the answer to that? How do I say cool? Sheesh? Lit. So do I say lit? Lit. Is that how I do it? Alrighty. So that's kind of cool. Lit. Yeah. It's lit. It's lit. Fire is millennial. I'm gonna say fire is millennial. Am I wrong? Okay, that's kind of cool. I like that. Is there anything now? It's feeling a little bit too London, right? So the next question is, what can we do to add more of a Disney vibe? Bussin'. Yeah, you don't like these? I don't either. You're right. I thought the same thing. Yeah, get rid of those. Maybe we just need one. How do we make it look more Disney now? American Radiator Building? Oh, yeah. That's great. Oh, yeah, yeah. But cool. How do we make this look more Disney? Well, it could be the flags. It could be we just need... Okay, look, you need more flags, dude. Pink and purple? I think in this case we use red and yellow. So we're going to do a red flag here and a yellow flag here. And we'll also do a Ferris wheel in just a sec. Oh, it looks great. I think that's exactly what we needed. Bussin'. Slapping. We'll do another one here. Yeah, that actually really helps. Looks like Gru's house from Despicable Me. I'm sorry. This looks so great. I'm having too much fun. You're starting to sound like a boppet. Disney would have birds. We talked about art. Let's give a round of applause to Peter Murphy for mentioning Art Nouveau. Art Nouveau is exactly what we're trying to do here. We talked about that earlier in the stream. Didn't we, guys? Now that is not Art Nouveau. So I don't know why that's Art Nouveau. Yeah, we might just need some more like flourishes, some rounded flourishes, you know? I think I have an idea. We could do something like this. Yeah, watch. It's so weird how if you just do a couple of them, it's like enough, right? You could do that one. You could do one here as well. Maybe what we do is one here. These are sort of curls, right? You could do one here as well. And, you know, what I tell Felipe is I say, you don't have to follow this exactly, but just take note of all the elements. Yeah, I don't like that. That's stupid looking. What makes it look more Disney? Well, I have an idea. We could definitely throw in streamers. So we could do a streamer here. We could do one like right here. What we're really excited about is that the changes we're making to the game are very, very, they're more like a fable, like a fairy tale. And that excites me because they need to be coming out from the same spot, yeah, about right here. It excites me because I don't want it to be, this is just BioShock. It's just a remake of BioShock. Instead, we really want our own flair, you know. That's cool looking. I like that a lot. Okay, and then we're just going to throw in little flags. As Ron would say, co. Large moon in the sky? No, we're going to do a Ferris wheel, but that is a great idea. The reason why is I don't want clear skies. I want it to be storm on the horizon. Drizzle of rain. Sorry, this is taking forever. Oh, man. All right, let's just throw in some of that orange here. Maybe a little bit of that yellow over here. And just drop down the opacity. You don't want it to be too distracting. You really got to be careful. Okay, Ferris wheel silhouette. We're going to look for a Ferris wheel silhouette. And you want to look for something that looks aged. Or, I'm sorry, era appropriate. This one right here looked era appropriate to me. It gave it that Art Deco vibe. I'm going to copy that one over. And again, it's just we're using this for concepts, nothing crazy. $25. Copy, delete. You really just need it to be positioned like right over here, honestly. We'll transform flip. and then just do a opacity drop. And I would argue that we want to add point lights, tiny little bright, vibrant lights, just to make it feel more carnival-y. Even though it's broken down. Is anybody hearing the sounds? Like, if you can hear the sounds in an illustration, and if you can smell it, I smell seafoam, and I smell popcorn, and I smell cotton candy, and I smell like dust, kind of like the smell of an old attic. If that's what you're smelling, and that's what you're hearing, I'm on the right track. And I know for me, I'm smelling and hearing both of those things. Convert that to a smart object, and then we're just going to do a little bit of a subtle color change. Funnel cake. Hello, Hector. How are you today? Guys, Hector is in the chat. Say hello to Hector. Hector is our producer. I smell a fog machine. That's what Lucas says. That's awesome. Yeah, me too. Hey, what if we could do like a cool banner or something hanging from the... Like, what about something like this? That might be cool. And then maybe one here. Do a little bit of a cream. Okay, so no, it's a little too complicated, eh? A little too complicated. Why is it that we're... I think I've got it. Oh! What? Look what we... Look. Okay, I want to show you this. I can take this. I think I've already got enough Art Deco. Now we need to throw in a little bit of weird carnival stuff. So I could take this here. I can't wait for Halloween. And then I can come down to about here. Watch this. There's one carnival piece. And then we're going to do one back here as well. This is going to blow your mind. Take that. And I'm going to go ahead. And I'm going to throw in red. Okay, now hang tight, hang tight. We're almost there. Something like this, I believe, is potentially pretty cool. Oh man, I feel it. Oh, my bones are aching, Annie. Oh, yes, I think I got it. That's okay. I think I got it. So we need... Come on. There's something here. It could be that we do... Man, that's pretty cool. I like that a lot. I could maybe do one behind here. And it shoots up. Yes, I love Nightmare Alley. Funky Sloth. I love Nightmare Alley. It's a very good film. We need one more, and I kind of feel like it needs to be right here. Dare I say, we put it right here. I could be wrong, but we can at least try, right? No. You like this, guys? You think this is a smart idea? I think I love it, but I'm not sure. You think 3's a bit too much? No, I think we need one more, but maybe behind. It definitely, I'm getting Willy Wonka vibes now, and that is so important. Yeah. But I think that this, you might be right about this spire here being a bit too much. No, I don't think it is. That's wrong. Might be able to do one here. There's potential here, and I'm not sure. That's the idea, though. I think that that's the idea. And I would even argue and say that it's not that the tower itself is going to spiral, but there's these candy cane spirals. So like this right here would actually just be a square. See that? It would just be a square. So let's make that just a square piece instead of a rotated piece. Yeah. The same is true with this. Look, see what I'm doing, guys? It's almost like, yeah. Yeah. I mean, the light is coming from that side, so I need to do bright, not dark. There we go. Yeah, it's definitely got Charlie and the Chocolate Factory feeling for sure. I think that's what we wanted. We're aiming for. We're aiming for Alice in Wonderland, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory vibes, and that's not far fetched because Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, I think, is a culmination of everything creepy about just kids shows. And I would say Charlie and the Chocolate Factory captures liminal space and the uncanny valley like no other movie. There's something special about that movie. I don't know, that spiral kind of helped. Yeah, I don't know, guys. But we're close. I'm thinking maybe one more spire. Like smack dab over here. And it's like right in the center. Like right there. Let's try that. You guys want to give it a go? But then again, you know, we might be missing the mark here because we want to aim for that Art Deco vibe. And we want to make sure it matches the interior. So I'm not sure we're there. It might be a problem. It's playful for sure. Yeah. Yeah, we could potentially do bronze. Yeah, that's a good idea. We could try bronze. Let's try it. So you're saying take these, all of them. Take those and convert them to a smart object. And we're going to take the... I just want to see how it looks really quick. So it'd be like gold pillars. Yeah. Man, we're close, guys. There's something about spiral. I got it. It's not the... Oh, it's these. These need to have spirals. So what we're going to do, we're going to do something like this. And I'm going to tell Felipe to make them round, but the building is square. Okay, so where's my cream color? Oh, it's right here. That might work. I think that's generally the idea, right? Something like this. Transform, distort, like that. Webcam died. Oh no. Okay. Maybe one or two has these silly caps. Let's see if I can get my camera to work. Must have a timeout or something? I don't know. No idea. There I am. So what do we think, guys? Is that kind of cool? Yeah, the pillars had more of a candy cane vibe, didn't it? I thought I knew, but I didn't. Those candy cane pillars. What do we do about the candy cane pillars? Because there was something special there, wasn't there, guys? There was something special. You could almost do it like in crevices. A candy cane vibe here. Harry Hunt. Yeah. Harry Hunt is in the chat, and he is the son of Joe Rawlinson Hunt. Joe Rawlinson Hunt is the voice actor for Mr. Twister. So everybody say hello to Mr. Twister's son, Harry Hunt, in the chat. You know, we could probably just throw in... I've had this interesting idea of throwing in these barbershop, giant barbershop thingamajigs here. Let me show you what I mean. So we could do... We're just going to do this orange. And then... like this, and you have them connected. They're huge, and I don't really care how big they are as long as we can kind of justify it. So let's try it. There we go. There we go. And that might be a little too big, you know. But we will try it out and see. Am I from Texas? No, I am from South Carolina. I think this is kind of what we want, guys. You just want a candy cane spiral every once in a while. Maybe just one or two, honestly. Maybe a little bit taller. And something that you should keep in mind is if it doesn't look good, it doesn't mean it's bad automatically. Sometimes you just have to throw in some lighting. And then you got yourself a winner. Yeah, that's what I thought. The angle's a little off. Sorry if you can hear my kids, they're having a fit right now. They are not happy with some circumstance. That's kind of cool, you know? I like that a lot. Yeah, gradient tool. This needs to be a little bit darker. All right. That. I mean, you know, if you did striped flags like this, that might be pretty cool. Yep. Man, it's the little things, guys. The little things really matter. Right? Whoopsie. So, yeah, look. That one down here needs be a little bit smaller. And I could even delete the stripes because I don't know if they're perfect. Yeah. You know, the flag itself is, I mean, it's just too vibrant, to be honest. So you might want to just do that and kill the stripes. No, the stripes help. This one is way too bright. We're just desaturating everything at this point. Okay. That's great. Camera did die. See, I'm not even here anymore, guys. Where did I go? Where did I go? No idea. Anyways, guys, thanks for hanging out. And if you want to check out YouTube Game Dev below, there are 200 seats left, 12 days left, and yes, the course will actually close. It will literally close after enrollment is over. 200 seats left to learn exactly what you can do to build a massive YouTube audience around your game. And it also teaches how you can use YouTube to, well, bring in a variety of ways, sources of income as you create your game. And the question is, why should I listen to Thomas? Because that's what Thomas does. In fact, it's not just my salary, it's my team's salaries, or at least it was before we signed with 3D Realms, right? So there's a ton of different ways to make money from YouTube. It's not just ad revenue. So check it out below using the link. And you're also going to get some pretty sweet interviews with Jonas Tyroller teaching about all of his methods for YouTube. Also, 2-Star Games and Blackthorn Prod, and also Andreas from Brackeys. So check it out below. You also get my free fan base framework course, which teaches how to build a massive email list, and also my Stream My Game course, which teaches how to reach out to streamers. It's funny because a lot of courses teach and are taught by teachers who don't actually do what they teach. But these are things that I actually currently do. So check it out below, and I will talk to you guys later. Cheers. Get over here. Get down. Hey, thanks for watching. By the way, if you haven't downloaded that free 2D game kit below, click below. It's my treat to you. I used this game kit to make a game for PewDiePie in 14 days, and I actually got to play it with him in front of his audience, which was really cool. This game kit is totally free. It's my treat to you, and you can use it however you want. You can make a commercial game and make $1 million off this game kit. I don't care. Or you could just use it for a hobby project. It's my treat to you. And by the way, if you haven't clicked like, that would mean a ton to me. Hit subscribe. And also, this is important, hit that notification bell. Here's why. If you get notified of when I'm live, you can watch me make my next game, and let me know in the chat what you think about the game or any ideas you have, and you might just show up. Your chat might just show up in the next video that I upload. All right. I'll talk to you later. Bye. I love you too.